to Niigata. Get the bus beside the train station. I don't know if you can see this out the window. Last night it snowed. It's crazy. This morning as well. There was a bit of snow. So I'm gonna get the bus. Let's skedaddle. Let's go. Just stopped off at the rest area. The way into it was actually lovely. It's all along the coast, but gonna pop in and see what they've got, get something to drink, get back on the bus. Pretty nice view. I hope it's the same when we leave here. Check. Well, there wasn't an awful lot going on in there. Mostly an ice cream shop and a few souvenirs, but I'll wait to get the souvenirs till I'm leaving Japan. Don't want to be carrying them all around with my little bag, you know. So I've about an hour and 3/4 left till I get to Niigata. Been alright so far. Nice ride, nice views. 1 minute it was snow, the next minute it was blue skies and seaside. So let's see how diverse the bit of landscape is coming up next. Actually only had a 10-minute stop, which is shorter than they usually are, but I don't mind. I'm not buying anything, so I'd rather be on the road quicker. Well, I finally arrived in Niigata. Bright blue skies, not much wind. Kind of surprised actually. Nagano was a lot windier and Niigata is right beside the sea, so I was expecting this to be very windy today, but no, nice and bright, very calm. Gonna go to the old town now and check it out. I guess I'll go over these stairs to get there. 3-hour bus journey, wasn't too bad. And one stopover, but I don't want any stopovers. I already had a bottle of water in my bag. Didn't need anything. I just went into the food station on the way just to check out what they had, but as I said, just souvenirs mostly. Gonna head to the old town now, so record when I'm there. I actually got off at the stop before I was supposed to, because it was closer to the train station, closer to the main bridge. That's easier to get to where my hotel is tonight. Makes sense then. Didn't matter, everybody got off at that stop. Probably saves the driver a few minutes. You can chill out for a bit. But that's it. I'm surprised at how warm it is. On my phone it said it was going to be 7 degrees, but it feels a lot warmer until I get out to the coast. That's when I'll feel it. The hostel that I'm staying at tonight, I picked for a specific reason. It's called the Cuckoo, but I picked it because looking at the photos of it, even though it's a hostel and you have your own kind of dorm room, each individual bed area is in like a Japanese old room style. So you've got the futon, you've got a tatami mat, and the door and the windows and the walls dividing each room are made with the paper. So I specifically picked it for that reason, just because it looked cool. And the plan, as always, when I'm in a new city, for the first day is just to get a feel for the place, just have a little look around, get used to the area that I'm kind of staying around. Then later on, after I've showered and I'm sitting down and resting, I'll open the map and I'll have a little look around for few points of interest that I can kind of go to over the next few days. Now I'm booked in here for 3 nights, so I have 3 nights in Niigata. And of course, if I feel it's not enough in the end, I can book another night or so if there's more activities to do. But I'll decide that over the next couple of days. Now when I was trying to look up what food that Niigata is famous for, the main thing that kept coming up was rice, and more specifically rice crackers. I actually noticed when I searched it, there seems to be a rice cracker theme park or some kind of a museum dedicated to them, so not sure if I'll check that out. It's a bit further away from where I am, but I might check it out. And of course seafood, because it is a coastal city. I look forward to when I get to the old town. I have a feeling there'll be streets with plenty of food there for me to try out. I know there is a famous fish market that's outside of the city. I'm not sure if I'll get there. I will try because it seems to be one of the main attractions of the area. But I'm diverting now because I saw a little road sign that said there's a shrine here, a couple of 100 meters up, so I just want to check that out, see what it's like. Can't resist the shrine. Here we have it. Just had to see it. Couldn't resist. Now, I may have made a mistake in my travel plans. As I'm moving through Japan, I'm gradually going north, which means the more north you go, the colder it is. It takes longer for the spring to catch up. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I can change it up a bit and move a bit more central again for, I don't know, maybe a week or so before I start heading more north again, because you know, I don't mind winter. Winter is fine by me, but I mean, a lot of the parks I'm walking through, all the trees are still bare, mostly bare anyway, and I'd like to be able to see some of the places up north when they're in bloom. Same with the cherry blossoms. I seem to be a week ahead of them in each place that I go, so maybe it's a smarter idea just to, I don't know, maybe take a week just to stay around one area in the center without going north. I'm not sure if it'll happen, but it's just something I'm toying with the idea of it. It's the only plan I've got really at the moment. There are a couple of places I could go to. Fukushima, there's a few places around there that look nice, and maybe if I took a week around there, that area, not just in Fukushima city, but a few other places in the surrounding area of it. So that's kind of what I'm thinking at the moment. Now, just because I said it's an old shopping street that they have here, I don't mean all of the shops are old, just the street itself. There's lots of modern shops on it, from Dotor, coffee shop, there's a bookshop further down, there's a small supermarket back there, and you've got a lot of places selling, for example, alcohol, sake, clothes shops, and this lovely panda display. Look at that, isn't that pretty cool? A bakery over here, so you can see it's not old-fashioned inside, it's just that the street happens to be an old shopping street. I just came out of the coffee shop there, got a latte, and it's quite nice actually, quite enjoyed it. Didn't get anything to eat with it because I've already eaten this morning, and I'll just get something after I check in. I'll go on the hunt for some food. Got more supermarket, I think further up past this. Oh, an ambulance. I'm not going to record. Be right back. And these wooden sculptures. Okay, that one's kind of creepy. They still look good. Now I noticed there's a bookshop here, and I'm going to check that out later because I want to see if they have any English books. It's very unlikely, but I do want to see if they have any because I'd like to have a book while I'm going around. Also, a lot of shops are closed at the moment, but from Nagano City's arcade, not a amusement arcade, I mean shopping arcade, I noticed that the shops, a lot of them seem to open later in the evening, at least if they're selling food. So I'm going to head back down here when it gets a bit darker as well, just to see maybe they have some nice food options available. Well, they will have some nice food options available, but just to see what I'm in the humour of. Of course, always got a pachinko shop. If you don't know what pachinko is, it's gambling. It's casino basically. A lot of old men go in there and spend many hours. Another coffee shop selling cakes. There's a lot of coffee shops around here. And of course, all of the gachapon machines that you find in every city and every town in Japan. I'm on the lookout for one though. There is a gachapon that has the sounds of the JR trains when you press them. I haven't found one yet. I believe there's some in Shibuya in Tokyo, but I never found any while I was there. So I'm still on the hunt for them. I will find them eventually. Just haven't yet. Look what I just found. This. Have to go and check this out. I don't know if it's just on top of someone's roof or if it's a part of a shrine, but it looks interesting, so let's find out. So it is part of a temple, but it's locked. I see a lock on the front door. Oh, isn't that impressive? So I've just got to my dorm room. Empty now, but check it out. My bed is up here. Let's go check it. Pretty cool, huh? Just getting a little coffee for the walk. Nice little place. You know, you should always buy coffee from these smaller places when you can, because they actually appreciate it a bit more, you know. And that woman was really nice. I know Japanese people are nice when you're buying stuff from them, but she was very nice. I think she was about to close up the shop actually. But they'll appreciate it a hell of a lot more than Starbucks or Costa or any of these places. They don't really care, you know. They just want your money, that's it. They don't really care if you're happy or not with their product. They just know you'll keep going back because it's everywhere. Every street you turn there's a Starbucks, so I don't know, just my thoughts anyway. Found this lovely, well, I would say new looking, but looks very clean anyway, shrine. So might as well take a little peek around. But while I think of it, in case I forget, plan for tomorrow. Now, it's not set in stone because the weather is, well, it is supposed to rain until midday, and yeah, well, I'm not sure how that'll be because today it said it was going to rain as well and it hasn't rained. So anyway, if it clears up tomorrow at around midday and doesn't look like it's going to continue raining, then my plan is maybe to rent a bike, cycle all. They have a track all along the river, goes for miles, so that's a potential. Now of course, if the weather doesn't play ball with me, the other option is the aquarium that's just down the road. I think it said it's home to over 30,000 fish and types of fish. 30,000 fish anyway. So that could certainly be worth checking out. There is a part of this shrine, I don't know if this is it, called the Cemetery of the Fallen Boshin soldiers. Now I'm not sure the story of the Boshin soldiers, but I don't know if this is the, I think this might be the area. This does not look like a regular graveyard. Wow. So I guess all of these pillars are gravestones. Unfortunately, I can't read what's on them, not just because some of it is unclear, but because I don't understand it. But I'm assuming that's the names of the people and their year of birth and death. There's some people here, maybe I'll come and pay their respects and sit down, have a rest, lose themselves in their thoughts. I don't know about you, but I find graveyards very peaceful. I know they're sad places, but there's something about them when you're walking around. I don't know, it's very tranquil. That's the fancy word I'm thinking of. It's tranquil walking around a graveyard, even though you're surrounded by thousands of dead people. Let's go. I see the main shrine area up the road. See, this is what I mean. If you don't go walking around in these new places that you visit, not taking public transport, just walking, taking random streets, you come across places like this. Look at this, incredible. Now you may very well come across this if you search up about Niigata. Maybe it is a popular tourist attraction, but the fact that I was able to just walk down random streets and find it, that's the best way of coming across these places. You don't need to set everything out and plan everything. Something nice about being spontaneous. Wow, it's lovely. Incredible. Now it's very dark inside, but there is a light near the altar at the end. Yeah, wasn't that a nice little diversion? I'd say along here at night time with all these lanterns lit all the way up to the temple, I'd say it looks lovely. The only thing is, I think at the front of the temple they close after a certain time, because it's one of the temples that actually has doors on the entrance even into the main grounds of it. So I'm not sure exactly what time they close, but probably just as it gets dark. So kind of unfortunate, but doesn't matter. I'm glad I've seen it anyway. So I'll just continue on whatever way I was walking. I know I was walking towards the seafront. At least I think I was. I think I saw the sea in the distance. I'll find out anyway. Well, look at that in the distance, huh? The Sea of Japan. And over here, along the horizon, you can see the island of Sado. And I'm tempted to go there, to be honest. There's a ferry that goes 3 times a day, I think. But I haven't 100% decided. I don't want to go there when it's raining, that's for sure. What enjoyment would you get on a little island if it's raining the whole time? And if I did go there, if the weather picked up just before I was finished here in Niigata, then I could take a trip over there for 2 nights and do the bike tour. There's a bike tour of the whole island. I think it's 120 kilometers. So over the course of 2 days it's possible. And you stay over about halfway through and stay at one of the guest houses along the way. But from what I've seen of the weather forecast, it's not looking great, to be honest. Always potential for it, but if I was here in summer it would be different. I'd say it's great to be able to cycle around something like that. And there's an actual track for it. It's not just like a mountain trail. It's an actual cycle track that was built on the island of Sado. You might not be able to see them, but all along the pier here, fishermen, fisherwomen, fisher people. Which I'm going to take a little walk down. I know the weather's not great, it's windy, but I just want to see if they've caught anything, to be honest. Mad bastards. Very nice walk along here. This is part of a cycle track that I'd like to do tomorrow, weather permitting. It goes from way in the distance there and follows all along the coast, all the way till you get to another place. I'm not sure if it's called Aoyama, but it's not too far from Niigata. But the cycle track takes you all along the coast, along the parks and the greenway there, so that would be great if the weather was good tomorrow. This pier is further away than I thought. You have to walk all the way up here and it loops this way and then goes out. I thought it was just straight across. Anyway, I'm gonna check out what they've got. Let's see. And here behind me you've got these Japanese teenagers having a little barbecue on the beach. Because why not, right? Of course there's a warning. Potential of high waves over the side. We don't care about that, do we? Surprisingly still not as windy as Nagano was when I'm at the coast today. You can see Sado. Now, I don't think I just broke the law there. If I did, I'm pleading ignorance on the fact that I can't read the sign. I'll just say, well, I thought I meant, you know the risks if you're going over. No, don't go over. Well, there was no big red X, so I'm sure it's alright. Just your own risk. But what a view, look at that. Just down the end of the pier There's a big wide square platform and I can already see it shining. So I guess the waves have already started to come up onto that. But I'm going to go down as far as I can. I think I'm safe. It looks fairly dry all along. Well, this part is dry, but even up here you can see there's no puddles in the middle. So I'm going to stick with that. See how it goes. Let's see if we see what they've caught. Looks like he has a couple of fish in the bag. Never mind, he has a few cables. Same here. Just slipped. Gotta be careful. They mean business. Shadow over in the distance, the potential destination after Niigata. Konbanwa. Yeah, you can see it's all shiny up here. The waves are really hitting it hard. I'm not going to go onto it, but oh, yeah. No wonder they're all fishing back there. Yeah. I think this is the furthest I'll go on this side. Man, it's gorgeous walking along there.